Baby, that's a baby shot.
Here we go, go to 54, go to 54, line.
54, Mike.
26.
Throwing. Prescott. Oh, nice spin.
Oh, that brought back bad memories.
Give him 3 on the play, and they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
Mike, 55. Right there in the middle. 55. No chance.
Everybody kill. 26.
3rd and long for Prescott. Going to take a shot for Gallup. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket.
Let's go,
The
baby.
Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They run with a former Jaguar. It's T.J. Yeldon. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL, so when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. He'll get 15 and a Vikings 1st down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now T.J. Yeldon. And an alley to run. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking 1st down. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense, because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
From the 45 on 2nd down, Cousins. He finds Yeldon. Yeldon fighting. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
The 1st down carry by Elliott. And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. For Zeke, what a first 3 years he's had in the NFL. Last year, his second rushing title, 1,434 yards. Not as many as 1,631 that he had as a rookie, but still his yards per game average was the best in the National Football League.
Got 27.
Mike, 54.
Here we go. Go to 54. Go to 54. Line.
I got you. Check 52.
We're scoreless after one. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they've got it 2nd and 7.
Double dog. That's the way.
From the 39, Prescott incomplete. He was trying to get it to Ezekiel Elliott, and now it's 3rd down. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays, I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play.
Check 55 to Mike.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Ben Gideon. He's the culprit, causes a loss of 5, and it brings up 4th down. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And now we'll get a delay here as they try to give themselves a little more room for the punt. I think they're just a product of trying to buy themselves 5 extra yards.
And they want to help their punter out, right? Help with the angle, trying to pin the ball deep. That's exactly what they did there.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
From the 22, Cousins. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
On 3rd down, Cousins. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking 1st down.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Throwing is Cousins. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 47.
59, check, 59. Let's go, B. Big series.
Hey, two. Yellow.
To throw, Cousins. And this one hauled in by Rudolph. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Oh, eluding the tackle. He goes underneath to Abdullah. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line.
A gain of 7. And the Vikings first down.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. To the air again, it's Cousins. He completes it to Abdullah. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down.
Let's go, boy. Let's go.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 2nd and 9, Cousins, a dump off for Abdullah. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Second quarter action, 1:56 remaining. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. They'll try and run for it with Yeldon. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to
And Thielen's got it. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are on the board first here tonight. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken near the 13. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division, looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
1st and 10 at the 46.
we go. Mike, 55. Right there in the middle. 55.
Let's put him on the buses. 47. 26.
A first down throw for Prescott. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Get off the field. Under 10. Under 10. Here we go, 47.
Check 55 to Mike.
26.
Out of the gun, it's Elliott. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3.
Hey, 47.
Mike's 54. Mike's 54. Let's go. Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go.
26.
Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. He's going to find his man. That's Tavon Austin. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 25-yard line. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
First and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Prescott from the gun. Looking for Cooper. That's complete. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 11 yards and a Cowboy first down. A lot of attention paid this week in practice to red zone offense. The coach was optimistic about how it went. We'll see.
Hey, kill.
Check Mike. Watching your five.
I'm going to go. I'm going to run you over.
Mike 55. Mike 55. Mike,
Watch the pass. 26.
First down, Prescott. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Incomplete. It's now 2nd and 10.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Let's go. Mike 55. Mike 55. Hey, eat. Check tight.
Here we go, 47.
Mike 55. Mike
26.
They'll throw again. Prescott. Eluding the pressure right. Pass incomplete. So we hit halftime with our visitors, the Vikings, taking the lead to the locker room. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show him one thing, hit him with something else.
Now it's Yeldon. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. A loss of 2 there. Second down.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
Mike, check.
On second and 12, Cousins. That one complete to Yeldon. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
On second and 11 now. Cousins. That's complete to White. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Second down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a third and a couple remaining. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And a big loss here as he's taken down. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. And that'll be marked down as their first sack of the game.
Well, they had 6 last week. And this offense did its homework, didn't it? Because they saw all that pressure, and they really worked hard to tamp it down and beat it back. And they did a great job in the first half. But now they've gotten their first sack here in the second half. Look out. They'll try to increase the pressure.
And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
11 yards and a Cowboy first down. So a little breathing room now. First and 10 at the 17. They keep on the ground with Elliott. And some room to work. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That one good for 33 and a first.
Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? And we just saw that on that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took care of business. That's why you're able to get downfield and add all those yards to your total.
Yeah, really nice gain there. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. First and 10. From the shotgun, a give to Elliott. They'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run good for 2. Here's second and 8.
Hey, tighten down. There you go. Patch it. Here we go, 46.
10th carry now for Elliott. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
There you go. Five. Defense wins championships, baby. 26.
Prescott from the gun on third. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Ben Gideon, his second sack of the night.
It's a team game, but sometimes individuals do stand out, don't they? How about that for a twofer? Tackle for a loss on the running play on the previous down, and then comes right back and gets a sack.
He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines.
Let's go, folks. First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
The rush defense stout on first down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. T.J. Yeldon, the one he was looking for. But now it'll be 3rd down. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A nice pickup of 23 on the 3rd down conversion. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Cousins now 12 of 15 throwing the ball, 80% so far, and it's 1st and 10. Running from the gun, it's Abdullah. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 12 yards there, 1st down Vikings. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess.
Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Jalen Smith coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. After the sack on 1st down, Cousins, it's complete to Diggs. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25.
It's a gain of 25 yards.
Cousins now 5 straight completions here in this 2nd half. 1st and 10. A shotgun handoff. This is Abdullah. A gain of 3, 2nd down. I think you'd have to say defensively, these guys are doing their job pretty well, right?
Yeah, we talked about them holding them under 20 points, right, on defense. And they've done that. They've held them. The problem is their own offense hasn't answered their challenge, which was to score more.
Yeah, exactly. I remember you saying magic number was right around 20, and the offense has been the issue. You're right. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. They had 3 yards on 1st down, just 1 yard there. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. The bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
Fighting to stay upright. This is screen to Abdullah. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a 1st down. Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture is now they've got a 1st and 10. After the penalty, it's Yeldon. Oh, no, he lost the football. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what we said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3 and out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Trying the power game with Ham. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. C.J. Ham. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Extra point try by Bailey. And it's good to make it 14-0.
Makes the score Vikings 14, Cowboys nothing.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken about the 12. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Let's go. The Cowboys take over first down 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And you're still in this game. I mean, yeah, you haven't scored. Offense obviously has struggled, but you're only 2 scores down, so all hope not lost.
Not at all, because we're talking about the NFL, and teams can score fast in this league. Quick strikes, you're right back in it. You're exactly right. Keeping hope alive.
Last year, Dak Prescott had 3 fourth-quarter comebacks, and he's in search of another one right now. Dak dropping this one off for Zeke, and he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Well, using Zeke Elliott in the passing game, that's something Cowboy fans are getting used to. Last year, 77 receptions, and you think back to his rookie season, he had 32 and then 26 his second year, but he's really on the uptick. Prescott gets this to the tight end, Jarwin. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy first down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Now Prescott. Got an open man, the tight end, Jarwin. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle him after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. And how about the dime look here? 6 DBs on 3rd and inches.
Daring them to run the ball.
He finds his man. It's Austin. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd. Prescott going to come up 1st and 10, and he's hit on all 5 of his pass attempts on this drive so far. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Michael Gallup, that's who he was looking for, and it's 2nd down.
There you go. 4-8.
Check 55 to Mike.
Hey, watch that. Hey, watch the ball.
Prescott yet again. And that's Elliott, complete. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling him almost on the spot. That means you have to run it.
And that'll be intercepted by the Pro Bowl safety Harrison Smith. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. It's still 2 timeouts defensively, but even if they choose to use those, 3 kneel downs should be enough to get out of here with a victory.
And that's exactly what's being stated into the head coach's headset. Oftentimes they have a guy upstairs who monitors this at the end of the game. A little clock management 101.
So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory, and they did it in shutout fashion. Impressive.
Would it be too bland of a statement to say they didn't have the greatest day offensively? I mean,
did enough, though. Did enough. But, yeah, you're right.
Most games, it wouldn't have been enough. So they've got to go into the locker room and applaud their defensive mates and say, guys, you really carried us today. We'll try and get you back next time. But as for today, you guys were nails out there.
So for Minnesota, they keep on rolling 10-0 now to start the year. And they will head back home next week.